Hello everyone, today I talk about read. When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding shopping management consulting for a job that was even more demanding teaching. I went to take 7th class math in the New York City public schools. Unlike any teacher, I made quiz test. I gave a homework assignments. When the work came back, I calculated grades. What shocked me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have a stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well, and that got me thinking the kinds of things you need to learn in 7th class math. Sure, they are hard. Ratios, decimals, the others are a parallelogram, but the concepts are not impossible, and I was firmly convinced that everyone of my students could learn the materials if they worked hard and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of our students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom and I went to graduate school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in those kinds of super training studies, and in every study my question was, who is successful here and why? My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets would stay in military training and which would drop out. We went to the nation's spelling bees and tried to predict which children would advance fastest in competition. We studied rookies teachers working in really tough neighborhoods, asking which teachers are still going to be here in teaching by the end of the school year, and of those who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for their students. We partner with private companies, asking which of these people is going to keep their jobs and who is going to earn the most money. In all those very different contexts and characteristics, emerges as a significant predictor of success, and it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ, it was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for a week, not just for the months, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Read is living life is a marathon, not a sprint. A few years ago, I started studying read in the Chicago's public schools. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take read questionnaires and then wasted around more than a year to see who was a graduate. Turns out that these kids was significantly more likely to graduate. Even when I measured them on every characteristics, I could measure things like family's income, standardized achievements, test scores, even how sharp kids feel when they were at school. So it's not that as West Boys and the National Spelling Bee that read matters. It's also in school, especially not for reads as records for dropping out. To me, the most shocking thing about reads is how little we know, how little science knows about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I build read for kids? What do I do to teach a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated for long run? The honest answer, I don't know. What I know is that talent doesn't make us all read it. Turns out data show very clearly that there are talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. In fact, in our data, read is usually uninvited or even invited to measure our talents. So far, the best ideas I hear about building read for kids is something called raw mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck. It is believed the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effect. Ms. Dweck has shown that when kids, readers, and learners learn about brain, how it trains and grows in response to change, they were much more likely to prevail when they fail. But because they don't believe that failure is a permanence families. Growth mindset is always ideas for building grit. But we need more. That is where I'm going to end my remarks. That's where we are. That's the work that stands before us. We need to take our ideas, our strongest intuitions, and we need to test them. We need to measure whether we've been success. We have tools willing to fail, to be strong, to start over again with lesson learned. In other words, we need to read this about getting our kids read. Thank you so much.